Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do the Passionate Pisces Tarot reading for November. There is still a lot happening in the heavens, as I say every month. 2020 has been a year like no other. However, the other star signs that I've done, you're the lucky last, Pisces. The other star signs have shown consistently that there's some sort of relief at hand coming in November. So some sort of improvement, and that goes from November into December. So we all need a bit of a break, don't we? Okay, if you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell right now, because I do things a little bit differently. I like to have a little psychic vision before I turn the cards over. I find that gives a much fuller interpretation and a deeper characterization of what's actually going on with the energies for the month. So let's go to the board now and see what the cards have to say. All right, 5 positions here. You can go week by week with a few days at the end, or you can pick a number 1 to 5 now, whichever you like. Okay, card number 1. Well, there you go. I didn't even get to close my eyes and 2 cards have jumped out. Card number 1 is a card of strength. You're not going to be hurt. What's going to happen is the angels are going to protect you. You see this symbol of infinity. That relates to spirit. Excuse me, coughing. So much dust here. And then we have the 7 of Swords, was known as a thief in the night card in the old traditional tarot deck. However, I don't really see it that way because she's got very bright yellow legs. So that's about the solar plexus. That's about authority figures, but there's an easing of restrictions, or perhaps more confidence or more self-respect coming to you, and perhaps authority figures help you out in some way. This could be in regard to stimulus checks, because what's been coming out for some months has been in various readings that there'll be delays around your stimulus checks coming. However, mid to end of November, there should be some good news about the stimulus checks. If it's not the stimulus check, then it's some other money coming to you, okay? So try not... there's still more likely your chakras are open. Look now at the second card of the month for you, Passionate Pisces, and we'll see what comes out. Okay, closing my eyes now, what do I see? I get the sense of water. It seems like a nice warm sunny day, so it's more comfortable in the second week of the month. Maybe the first week is... It just seems a time... It seems like a good time for R&R. If you can rest and rejuvenate in the second week of the month, that would be good for you, Passionate Pisces. And especially since you've been through a very emotional and a rough time lately. This is the end of something. Maybe you can see the light at the end of the tunnel now because you've been going through so much. Okay. I also feel on the bigger picture, the collective, it's like the end of an era or something coming to an end which has been brutal. Okay. This is like betrayal. Things that you thought were true, you find out now are not true. Out of that comes new life. Maybe you learn that you can't trust what other people say. Maybe you learn to look within. Try and find the silver lining for you. What positive thing have you learnt as a result of what you've been through? There's action to be taken here. 10 is the end of the cycle. 1 and 0 is actually a beginning, because a 0 is like limbo. So you're sitting there waiting for a new beginning, and the 1 is a new beginning, okay? So you're sort of ending something off. Maybe you're just thinking about something that happened to you. It might not actually be going on in your physical life now, but you might be having flashbacks of the past where this happened. somebody let you down in a major way, and you were hurt as a result, and it's coming back. There's some situation now that is being triggered, that is triggering those memories to come back. But new life comes from it, okay? Please go and vote, by the way. That makes me think, you know, please go and vote. We don't want to see close races in the Queensland state election or in the US federal election. Let the decisions be clear-cut so that, you know, you can find out what's happening as soon as possible. You probably won't find out for sure straight away. It could even be some weeks. That's normal in Australia, you know. We're patient. We just sit back and wait until we find out. We will find out. We don't have much election fraud here at all. And it works fine. Okay, postal voting works fine. Okay, let's look at the third week of the month, or card number 3, whichever way you did it. All right, I'm going with that one now. I feel lightness. I feel flowers, like floral scents. I can smell the scents of flowers. It feels very light and very sort of calm and relaxing. And I can see lots of flowers too. Actually, interestingly, I didn't actually plant them, but I had them planted. A whole lot of daisies in different colours. Do you know those flowers called cineraria? These daisies are like those purple and white daisies is what I've got happening. Big bushes of them coming. Okay, so what do I see? Just happiness goes with it. All right. Wow. Maybe you're very happy because you've used your mind here. The Queen of Swords is quite a ruthless energy. Sometimes we need to use it very, very rarely and sparingly because it can be brutal as well. This woman here has cut her own head off, okay, because her thoughts won't stop. She's sort of going around and around and around in circles with these thoughts. You just have to say enough. Enough is enough, and have time out from thinking all the time. Queen of Swords can be somebody who is in touch with their Lilith energy, which is sort of like the dark side of the feminine. And I will do a video on this one day, when I get in the zone. There's really not the words to describe Lilith because Lilith isn't a planet, by the way, or even an asteroid, but rather a sort of point that astrologers have come up with that is a theoretical point, not an actual place. But Lilith is like the dark side, the terrible mother, or the Gorgons, the woman with the snakes coming out of her head that used to entrap men, okay, use her womanly wiles and entrap men. It's all those sort of really dark types of archetypes. But sometimes we may need to do that, very rarely, because of a desperate situation. So there's diamonds. She's come through this and she's seated on diamonds because she's been through a lot. She didn't just end up evil, and it's because of the abuse that she suffered that she had to resort to this terrible thing of chopping her own head off, or chopping somebody else's head off. But see up here, there's a lot of new life coming out of this, okay? These new butterflies up the top there, I don't know if you can see those. There's lots of them. So, it's been a difficult situation, but you've come through it, okay? And diamonds are formed under heat and pressure, stress, okay? So, and notice the colour blue. This is very similar to the colour that Mary is, the mother of Jesus, is often associated with as well, okay? This is about the shadow side of our unconscious, the dark side, in the third week of the month. Okay, let's look at the fourth week now and see what we come up with. Maybe that's the happiness. It's sort of like the vision implies happiness, but maybe the happiness comes after this situation. Okay, fourth card now 4th week of the month. What have we come up with? Close my eyes now. Yeah, so those butterflies are amplified in my mind. They've just got really big. With the passing of time, the new life comes in, and there's a lot of bright colours here. And so the energy becomes clearer and more colourful. The card that comes up is the Tower. See, it's just opposite of what I'm seeing, which is just astounding to me. But obviously you have to go through something in order to get that happiness or to get that colour to come back into your life. There's something here coming to an end in November. If you want to look at it at the large collective scale, it could be the US elections or even the Queensland elections. This tower comes crumbling down. A tower is a belief system, and it's not going to stand, okay? It's probably been here for a fair while, but it's going to topple. You'll see there's an eye in the sky here. That's like your third eye. If you've been listening to your intuition, it's been trying to tell you that the situation is not going to stand, that people are, going to fall out of their ivory towers, and the crown will be toppled, okay? Crown leaders, leadership of a country. So if somebody thinks they're a king, they're not going to remain a king, okay? Just on that card, you could say that. So do try not to worry, because what will happen, but this says that after this dramatic ending, that a new beginning is starting, okay? And it'll be a fairer beginning, because I've seen in the other readings, and just before when I did Aquarius, the divine feminine is rising, and I've had that for many months now. Okay, so let's have a look at the last few days of the month. This could be, in the case of Donald Trump, if he loses the election, that there's some legal challenge and it's thrown out before it even gets anywhere. Okay, that's just a thought I had. That I'm not saying that psychically, that's just a thought that comes into my mind. Last couple of days of the month, card 5. Closing my eyes now, what do I see? I see the moon. That's all about the feminine again. And that's the subconscious. So the feminine rising out of the subconscious. The card that comes up is the 4 of Swords. You could be really tired. Perhaps you're even exhausted by the end of the month. Try during November, Passionate Pisces, not to get too emotionally involved with what happens in the outside world. Try and rest, rejuvenate. That's what you need to do. If you look at these cards here, how very dramatic. So Spirit's telling you you're moving away from a situation, and that you're, a difficult situation, and that you're being protected here by the angels, and you have got the inner strength. They tell you that at the beginning of the month, because during the month there's all this stuff that you have to deal with, and you will deal with it, okay? And you need to take plenty of time out during the month. Don't wait to the end of the month till you're really exhausted. During the month, try and get some R&R so that you can maintain your balance, okay? Your sleep may be affected. You may find that you're having lots of dreams or even nightmares. However, it's because you're feeling it so intensely. So believe me, there is, because I've seen in all of the star signs, there is a sense of relief coming, and that will come for you as well. Okay, I'll just close my eyes and see what I can see for you, Passionate Pisces. Okay, the cards probably pretty much say, yeah, okay, and just to confirm what the cards are saying, I'm walking down a path and I'm in a gorge, and there's mountains on both sides with sheer cliff faces, and that means these are challenges, but there is a pathway, there's a way through that you can continue in your life. So just keep going, doing what you're doing, and know that you will get through November. Everything's going to be okay. The angels are protecting you. The other interesting thing is, if you're really having financial issues, that There's a bit of a vibe for around the end of the month that something could improve your finances. If you're in the US, that could be a stimulus check, some news about that finally, because it's like that's been delayed and delayed and delayed. That came out months ago, that there would be major delays around the stimulus checks. But I see the money being printed off on the conveyor belt now in the mint. So the money is on its way, and as soon as the election in the US is over and done with, very soon after that you will have news, okay, when you can expect a stimulus check, or perhaps some other improvement in your finances. Okay, they're showing me all these bracelets up and down your arms, like silver and gold and beautiful adornments, and maybe there's so many here, maybe you don't realize that you're wearing so many things. There's diamonds and there's rings and there's all sorts of spiritual rewards coming to you. I can see all these semi-precious stones, emeralds and rubies and things like that. So there is a spiritual reward coming as well. Now, anything else for you? Yes, so trust yourself and trust that the angels are protecting you, because they are. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, please consider subscribing to my channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell now. Most importantly, have a wonderful month, Passionate Pisces. Even between all the things that happen, know that there's a reason for all of this, and your new life is about to start. This is the end of something so that something better can come to you. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.